So my brothers and sisters, I hope you guys are doing well. I'm doing very well. This is Juma, another beautiful day here in Saudi. I want to talk about the two most important concepts in fat loss. This is something that I tell my clients, my friends, you guys, and it's a concept that people just don't get, or they keep forgetting. It's not intuitive, so maybe that's why they keep forgetting it or they don't get it. It's okay, because it took me a long time, it took me years. I'm hard-headed too. I just thought, you want to lose fat, just reduce your calories, boom, you'll lose fat. It's just not that simple. It's a little bit more complicated than that. You might notice if you're having a problem losing fat, you're doing everything. You're eating properly, you're doing exercise, 4 or 5 times a week, and you just can't lose fat. Let me give you some insight as to how the body works. Use this information. The two most important concepts in effective and permanent fat loss are your metabolism and your glycogen levels. In this video, just to keep it simple, I'll talk just about metabolism, and I'll do a second follow-up video where I'll talk about your glycogen levels, which is just as important. So let's talk about your metabolism. First, we need to understand that we're not all the same. We're not androids. So we don't work exactly in the same way. We all have different metabolisms which burn at different rates. Let me use a crude metaphor, all right? The way I explain it to my clients is, let's take a car. Some people are driving around in 5th gear, all right? Some people are driving around in 4th gear. Some people are driving around in 3rd gear, 2nd gear, 1st gear. This is your metabolic rate. This is your natural inclination of your body to run. Some people just have a faster metabolism. That's just the way it is. And some people have a slower metabolism. The faster metabolism, those are people that are like ectomorphs. They actually have a hard time keeping weight on. Their body's so efficient at burning off that it actually burns off more than they take in. The extreme of that spectrum is the endomorphs. These people have a hard time getting rid of excess weight. Their body's so efficient at holding on to everything that it eats, because they're running at a slower metabolism, okay? Their metabolic rate is running at a slower rate. What affects the metabolism? Well, there's many things that affect the metabolism. Many things. For example, how many times you eat. Because we know when you eat, the body speeds up the metabolism to burn your food. So, if you eat once a day, you speed up your metabolism once. If you eat 5 times a day, you're speeding up your metabolism 5 times. So your eating frequency will impact your metabolism. Types of food. We know that protein is harder for the body to digest. So your metabolism has to work harder to burn off protein. In contrast to fat. Fat is already fat. It's already broken down. The metabolism does not have to work as hard as when it's trying to burn protein. Fats are already broken down. The body just assimilates it and absorbs it much quicker than protein. Your activity levels. Someone who's a construction worker, or a doctor who walks around all day, or a waiter who's running around all day long, compared to an IT guy like me who sits in front of his computer all day long, they don't burn the same type of calories throughout their day. So that's also another element. Age. The younger you are, when you're in your 20s, you're burning a lot more calories. Your body requires a lot more calories. When you get older, your metabolic rate just slows down, and you'll feel it. I felt it every 5 years. So when I was 25, I felt a drop. In my 20s, I was zooming. I had more than enough energy. 30, when I hit 30, I kind of noticed it. I don't know if it's psychosomatic. When I was 35, I noticed it again. 40, I'm noticing it again. I mean, I'm 42 now, and now my energy levels, I actually have to calculate it throughout the day. Okay, I'm going to be this busy. I better not burn too many calories. I better not work out today because I'm going to, I have meetings all day long. So I actually have to anticipate how busy I am going to be during the day, and I actually have to prevent myself from working out because I'll be too tired at the end of the day. I didn't have this problem in my 20s. So age definitely plays a factor. Your weight. If you're overweight, your metabolism is going to be running slower. The slimmer you are, the faster you are, the more efficient your metabolic rate is. Stress levels. The more stress you have will impact your metabolic rate. More stress in your work, in your life, so get rid of your stress components. Exercise levels. The more exercise you do, the faster your metabolic rate, especially cardiovascular workouts. Exercise is one of the best ways of impacting your metabolic rate. We'll talk about that a little later on. So if you wanna change your metabolic rate, if you want to impact your metabolic rate, exercise definitely will speed up your metabolism. Sex. Males generally have a faster metabolism than women. That's just the way it is. Body types. Endomorphs generally have a slower metabolism. Ectomorphs have a faster metabolism. That's just the way it is. Health conditions, for example, you may be prone to certain health conditions which will affect your metabolism, so it will run slower. You know, you can have health complications, food allergies, stuff like that. Supplementation. You can take, like, for example, thermogenic products. When you take a thermogenic product, it doesn't actually burn your fat. All it does is it manipulates your metabolic rate. So it either speeds up your metabolic rate, which helps you burn fat. So it doesn't impact the fat. It doesn't go to the fat and start burning off the fat. Thermogenic products like Rip Fuel or Hydroxycut or whatnot, what they're doing is they're basically just making your body speed up a little bit. And that in turn will burn fat. So those are some of the elements that affect your metabolism. What else? So what's the most effective way of burning fat effectively and permanently? Well, let me tell you the way that most people go about it. Most people see it very simple, black and white. They say, okay, I need to lose a little bit of fat. I'm just going to cut my calories. Boom, I should lose fat. Pretty straightforward, makes sense. And this is the intuitive way of thinking. But unfortunately, it doesn't work that way. What happens is when you cut your calories too drastically, for example, if you cut more than 500 calories during your day, your body, first and foremost, you have to understand the concept that your body, Allah has made your body, it's a self-regulating mechanism, self-regulating machine. It will regulate itself, just like it regulates its heartbeat. It will regulate its metabolism according to the food that you take in. So for example, I eat 5 times a day. So my body's used to eating something every 3 hours, 3 to 4 hours, it's used to that. So it's running, let's say it's in 4th gear, 5 meals a day. This is what I need, 2,000 calories on a daily basis. This is what I need just to maintain my muscle mass. Now, if I were to cut, for example, 3 meals out, yeah, I would drop calories, yeah. So if I ate just breakfast and my last meal and cut the 3 middle meals, what would happen is, initially, let's say for the first day, your body's going to, when it's time for the second meal, it's going to say, hey, wait a minute, I'm expecting some food here, I'm not getting it. And then let's say by the 3rd meal, it's going to start readjusting itself. Like I said, it's a self-regulating mechanism. It's going to say, wait a minute, I need some calories, I'm not getting the calories, what am I going to do? And how do you think it's going to regulate itself? It's going to regulate itself by simply slowing down the metabolism. So instead of running in 5th gear, it's going to say, fine, I'm going to bring myself down to 3rd gear, slow down, no problem. You don't want to give me the calories, no problem. We're in 3rd gear now, so go ahead and you can reduce the calories. So then what happens is you've slowed down your metabolic rate. When you give it food, that's fine. It holds on to the food. But now you adjusted your body to eating 2 times a day. So when you go back to, and you're not going to stay on the low calorie, eventually you're going to get hungry and you will want to eat more. You will want to go back to your 3 meals, 4 meals, 5 meals. Well, then it's going to be a surplus. So then you're going to end up gaining weight. The same thing happens in Ramadan. The same thing. I mean, in Ramadan, we have a calorie deficit, for sure. I mean, we eat in the morning, and then we don't eat till nighttime. Sometimes 12 hours goes by. Why is it that we're not losing weight in Ramadan? If reducing your calorie was the only thing we needed to do, then in Ramadan we should be slim. We should have a 6-pack. Why is it that in Ramadan it doesn't work that way? It's because the body just adjusts itself to eating twice a day. So it becomes efficient at eating twice a day. So instead of running in 5th gear like a car, it runs in 3rd gear. So it just slows down. So it has adjusted itself. So what's the most effective way? So I just explained that starving method doesn't work. It works in a very, very, very short period, but then you slow down the metabolism and then you gain weight. So the most effective way is to decrease your calories only slightly. Slightly meaning not more than 500 calories during the day. So if I eat 5 meals a day, I can skip 1 meal, no problem. It's not enough to, for the red flags to go up. It's not enough for the body to realize it, because you can't force your body to lose the fat. You can't force it. You have to coax it. You have to trick it. You have to work around it so it doesn't realize it. It has to be done very gradually, very slowly. This is in both directions. When you're trying to increase your calories and decrease, you have to do it very slowly so it doesn't recognize it. So if I were to skip one meal, no problem. I still have 4 meals, no problem. This is the best way. So you need to have a slight caloric restriction, not more than 500. On top of that, you need to continue to do your exercise. So the exercise speeds up your metabolism. You reduce your calories a little bit. That's the most effective way and a permanent way of losing fat. So this is my talk on metabolism. I hope you found it helpful. As always, thanks for watching. And please remember us in your dua as we remember you guys. God knows I need redemption more than anyone else. So please remember us in your duas. All right? Salam. Take care. Thanks for watching.